All right, guys. Our next guest is a six-time Muay Thai world champion and the current undefeated UFC strawweight champion. She'll be taking on Karolina Kowalkiewicz at the incredibly stacked UFC 205 in November 12th at Madison Square Garden in New York. Joanna Jedrzejczyk, welcome back to Super Show Radio. How's it going today?
Hi, guys. I'm doing very well. Good to hear you.
Well, it's good to hear you as well, and good to have you back on the program after such a long time. And it's a tradition that we start this interview by asking you about your sneaker collection. Last time we spoke to you, you guessed that you had maybe about 60 pairs of kicks. How many do you think you have now?
I don't know. I gave so many to my friends, to my fans, so I don't know. It might be the same amount or maybe more. But I've got today the special Iverson, the questions, the red one. So tomorrow I will do some post about, but are very sick, and I for sure are gonna wear them for the media day in New York.
Nice.
Are so special.
Yeah,
and I will keep them for special occasion. Yeah.
It's good to hear that you're giving them away to your fans and friends. I mean, ours obviously must have gotten lost in the mail.
Yes, I do. I like to share. Like it's enough for everyone.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Over the years, how much money do you think you? Obviously, you get a lot of them for free these days from Reebok. But how much money do you think you've spent over the years on kicks in your collection?
I think I could get some car for this,
Wow.
But, I'm not smoking, I'm not using drugs, I'm not drinking at all. I like red wine, but, I'm good, It's good that I have, like, healthy hobby and addiction, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever line up? We know that when a new shoe is released, some people camp overnight outside the store waiting for it to open to be one of the people to get it. Do you have any stories?
I don't have to. Sometimes I just, I'm very good friend with one of the owners of the sneaker stores in Poland. He's from my city, but he built like a big company. He has like so many stores in whole Poland, So sometimes I call him and he's like, yeah, I might get one pair for you. So it's like, I'm good to go,
Nice.
It's good to having those people.
You've got a sneaker guy. We've joked in the past, or actually you've told us in the past how you've literally got enough to sometimes you change them throughout the day. Just curious, how many pairs do you think you'll bring just to New York?
I don't know. I moved to Florida 4 weeks ago, and I brought just probably 4 pairs. So I've got few, but probably I will bring like 4 or 5 pairs of kicks. I will see, because after New York, 2 days after my fight, I will fly to Argentina. So I can get too much,
What are you doing in Argentina? Just got to ask.
I will shoot some TV program. It's going to be TV. It's going to be TV from Poland. So I might stay there for 4 weeks.
Mm.
Oh wow! Well, that sounds like
it's going to be big. Like I must keep quiet about. But the thing is, it's going to be really huge TV program, which is in Poland, but amazing. I'm going to have so much fun. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe you could be the next big movie star to be coming out of the UFC. Let's quickly talk about UFC.
Like
yeah, that would be good. And I mean, we'll have to get a translator so we can watch this Polish show when you do it, because, well, Casper speaks Polish, so he can just translate it to me. Let's talk about UFC 205. You're fighting against Karolina. It was a bit of a late surprise announcement. When did the UFC first speak to you about fighting on the card?
You know what? I wanted to fight on this show so badly. When I heard about UFC coming to New York, I was like, Dana, please put me on this card. I was like, I really wanted to fight so badly on this card, not just because of the magical place, which is Madison Square Garden, not just because of it's going to be the first UFC show in New York, but like you heard, I have so many plans for the rest of this year, so it's just perfect date for me. But the thing is, it's going to be epic show, like it was in Australia, it was big show, huge show, amazing show. And I want to be part of the biggest UFC shows. I want to be part of the biggest things in my life. So it was the reason, you know. So I spoke to Dana August 1st. So it was just three weeks after my fight with Claudia Gadelha. But the thing was that Dana said that they wanted me to fight in Poland. They wanted to make a UFC show in Poland, and they wanted me to face Karolina in Poland. But I was like, Dana, please, I want to fight. I want to fight in New York, and he did that, and I'm so thankful to him because I know that so many fighters wanted to be on this card.
Yeah, I mean, your fight with Karolina kind of seemed like it was last minute. It kind of made the switch to go on you. When did they confirm this to you?
I heard about like a week before the press conference because I've been talking to Dana a few times, to Sean Shelby, and I was like, okay, if they're not gonna put me on this card, I just want to know when I'm going to fight again, you know, because I want to get ready. I have like so many plans for the rest of the year, but the most important is always training and fighting for me. So but yeah, finally I'm fighting on 205 at Madison Square Garden.
Well, let's talk about that press conference. I mean, it was a pretty epic press conference for a lot of reasons, and you and Karolina squared off, and you're, of course, known for your intense stare downs. What did you see when you looked into her eyes?
You know, like, I know Karolina for a long time already. We fought in 2012. It was a amateur fight, which I won. But the thing is, like, before my fight with Claudia Gadelha, we've been shooting some commercial for one of our sponsors. So the thing is, like, we have had kind of good relation, but we still having a good relation, you know. But there is some limit, you know. When I'm in the preparations, when I'm coming through the fight to the octagon, there is no more time to play around, you know. I'm focused. I'm on this mode on, you know. So that's the thing. But she's tough. This fight is going to be a really, really big fight, you know. So she beats Rose Namajunas in her last fight. So yeah, she's a tough opponent, but she said that she has a good plan for me. She said that Gadelha didn't have this plan, but the thing is, like, we all are having some plans until the first punch. All of my opponents, they have had some plans. They had some plans. Karolina has some plan for our upcoming fight, but the thing is, like, I'm different fighter. I'm really tough fighter, and in the night of the fight, I'm like, you know, I'm like the person from the hell, you know. So until the first punch, she might have some game plan, but after that, not anymore.
The fact that you beat her already with the choke, do you think that'll sort of play on her mind in the fight?
Probably not. It was like 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago. So it was mine and her first amateur fight, first MMA fight. So probably not. She did like big step in her fighting career, you know. She became a UFC fighter. She's 3-0 in the UFC. So she's doing pretty well. She's like very tough physically and mentally, and her cardio is on point. So I think, like I said, it's going to be really, really good fight.
You gave Claudia her first professional loss. Karolina is also undefeated, as you just mentioned, as a professional. Do you like fighting undefeated fighters, and do you look forward to being the first one to beat them?
Sure, but when I was undefeated, like when I was like underdog, I like that, you know, because I was like, okay, I'm going to prove you that you're wrong. I'm going to be undefeated, you know. I'm going to still undefeated champion, and it's my goal. It's my dream to be being. I want to be undefeated champion, and I want to retire as undefeated champion, and it's my goal, and it's keep on going.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, most fighters that you'd find yourself against in the strawweight division, you'd end up being the favorite. Just wondering, you've spoken about Karolina before, and you've said that you're not really impressed with her. Is there anyone in the division that impresses you?
You know what? Like, I heard so many times that the strawweight division is the smallest division. There is no power. There is not a good fighters at all. But isn't true? This division is very young, but this division is very big. Probably in this division is more fighters than in bantamweight division. Like I have like my eyes open. And I'm very focused, very humble, and I'm trying to stay calm and keep on training very hard every day, because I know that there is so many good fighters who are in this division in the UFC or who will get into the UFC, and I must be really careful, and I must be even more serious than I was before. So every camp, every fight is more difficult because of that, because I know that there is so many girls who wants to fight for this title, who want to take this belt away from me, and I can't let them do this.
Let me ask you this, because I was going to say, you mentioned the bantamweight division as well, and obviously your division. A while ago, when people looked at UFC 205 in New York, they thought, you know what, the women need to be showcased in a huge role. And a lot of people thought that Ronda Rousey was going to be playing that role. Of course, that's no longer happening. How do you feel that you are sort of going to be that person, and you're going to be center stage, and you're going to be, representing not just the bantamweight, the strawweight division, but all of sort of women's MMA in that sense on this massive card?
I'm happy. I'm very happy that I'm still undefeated. But hard work pays off, and that's the thing. Like, and I wish I'm gonna stay undefeated. When I walked through the octagon in the night of the fight, I visualize my victory. I'm very confident, but it's a sport. MMA is very beautiful sport, but very brutal sport as well. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but we must keep on going. So my main thing is like, go there and put on good fight, give everything what I have, and what I've been working for. So that's the thing. But I'm like, maybe I am a role model for some young girls, and I'm very happy about, but I'm trying to stay humble and focused and patient about, But Ronda, she's back very soon. She will be back.
Yeah, there's a lot of people sort of saying whether or not she deserves the title shot after losing to Holly Holm in her last fight.
She deserves it. Of course. I'm training with Amanda Nunes, and I respect her so much. But I have very good relation with Ronda Rousey. We had this relation for such a long time, so it's going to be a really good fight, because Amanda, she is a tough chick. Her boxing is on point. Her jiu-jitsu game is very good, but there is lots of pressure on Ronda, and she used to be like simply the best. She used to be one of the greatest, not just female, but the greatest MMA fighters, and she did so much for us, not just for female fighters, but for all of the MMA fighters, for the UFC. So we should be thankful for her for that. Like, I'm not gonna agree with Julianna Pena, who is complaining about that Ronda got the chance to fight for a title. I think she deserved that, and we should agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I mean, there is a debate, but no doubt Ronda Rousey did a huge amount for women's MMA. I'm just wondering, Amanda Nunes, obviously your new training partner in ATT, she is on the run of her career. She's the champion. How do you think this fight plays out? How do you think she's going to be able to stay the champion against Ronda?
Honestly, I don't train with Amanda. Like, okay, we see each other almost every day. Sometimes we join the same classes, but we don't train. She's very, very strong. She's like very, very strong, and she's very good athlete. But I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. The Ronda is a big question for us right now. Yeah, but I believe in her so badly, and I think it's going to be the toughest Ronda who we ever saw.
Well, let's talk about American Top Team, because you mentioned how you moved to Florida and how you see Amanda Nunes around. It's a switch up for you. It's a new camp. It's a new gym. Tell us, what's it like training there? And also, Valerie's obviously from ATT as well. Has that been a bit awkward training around her? And what's the relationship like there?
I feel free, I believe I can fly right now, and I'm really I feel I feel free. And the thing is, first few days were hard for me, for those girls, for Valerie, Tisha Torres, and other fighters. They were like, "Oh, what's Joanna is doing here? What Joanna is doing here?" But they all thought that I came just for one day, for a few days, just check them out. But isn't true. I changed my coaches. I changed my gym. I moved to Florida to American Top Team because I think it's one of the greatest gyms in the world. I'm working with Mikey Brown, Cami, Cattell, and I feel like I have very, very good coaches, good people around me. My nutritionist and my doctor is from here. Michelle, Paulina, perfecting athletes. They are taking very good care of me. So it's the right place to be, Like I said, I want to build myself more in the US, and that's why I had to do this move. And changes are very difficult. We are afraid of changes, but in the end, it's always good.
All right, Joanna. Well, we could chat to you all day, but we've essentially run out of time. So before we let you go, we got to ask, I know you're not big on predictions, but if you visualize the fight, is there any particular way that you see it going? And please don't say you'll have to tune in, because we're all going to be tuning on November 12th anyway.
I will mix be little bit of fight with Jessica Pena, and she gonna get enough because of the punches and kicks to the head, and then there will be more from the fight with Carla Esparza, so she will try to take me down because of enough of the punches, and then I will finish her on the ground, maximum third round.
Maximum third round. I love it. This is probably the most in-depth prediction you've ever given, so we really appreciate that, Joanna. Guys, The fight is November 12th. It's UFC 205. It's going to be new.
This fight is very big for me. There is I don't want to just win. I want to win so badly. Even more than with Claudia Gadelha.
Wow, this is a scary, hungry Joanna Jedrzejczyk coming in. Don't forget to follow her on Twitter. The Twitter handle is nice and easy. It's Joanna MMA. She's, of course, going to be fighting Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
But Instagram and Facebook is Joanna Jedrzejczyk.
Yeah, so you're going to have to work a little bit harder if you want to find that one. But a quick Google search of Joanna MMA and everything is at your fingertips. So don't forget to follow her. Joanna, we always appreciate you having you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much. Australian fans, I will be back to Australia. I love you so much.